What's up? It's your favorite attorney. You write me, Booker at bookerlawfirm.com. Your question ends up on the show. Bring you to the court of my public opinion. We're not going to look at this as legal advice because I don't represent you and I may not have all of the facts that I need. However, I'm going to do the best job that I can with what I have. What's up? It's your favorite attorney, Attorney Ellie Booker. Order in the court. You already know what time it is. Yes, they wrote me. And they said, can I sue the company who provided me with a defective wheelchair causing injuries that have put me in Methodist Hospital? I have a broken ankle, pelvic rib, hairline fracture, and I've been in Methodist Hospital since March 23rd. I'm high risk for paralysis due to an injury suffered during the Gulf War affecting my cervical spine. There's a video taken at Salvation Army as I rolled up their sidewalk. The wheelchair fell apart, veering to the right and throwing me to the ground. In short, the electrical system causes the power to speed up, slow down, or just die. But I have no other way of getting around. I'm living alone. I'm 67 and half familiar with the people around me, and I don't have any friends. I'm on a very low income. I'm a veteran, but my records have been lost. Anyways, what can I do to get help? How can you treat someone like this? I enlisted and I served during 2 wars. Honey, this stuff happens, okay? What we have, guys, is a product liability case, all right? So we're going to bring them to the court of our public opinion, sir. What we have is a product liability case, okay? And a lot of people have to learn about these cases, but they're serious cases. And they happen, dang, a lot. Sorry, y'all. Product liability, okay? And what happens with a product liability case is we bought something, it broke, and it injured us, okay? So it's for consumers. Is dealing with a product, okay? They are injured. Number 4, because of the product. Because people get injured, but it's not because of the product. And I'm going to take this case different ways and show y'all how that goes, okay? Product liability. It's a consumer. Is he a consumer? Yes, sir, you're a consumer. What product did you buy? You purchased the wheelchair. You either purchased that wheelchair or you got that wheelchair in and through some sort of benefit through the Army. That's another thing that people need to know, okay? As long as you're the person that the object or gift was intended for, it's going to cover you whether or not you bought it. Doesn't matter if you bought it, but you received it, okay? And it was for yourself. It's a product, okay? And he was injured. He was badly injured, okay? Is it this way or is it this way? Is it this way? He was badly injured, guys. Badly injured. Why? He says it was because of a product. Number 4 is always tricky. Okay, so if I bring to the court of my public opinion, this is the first thing I'm going to say. Sir, who puts the wheelchair together? If it is a wheelchair that comes and you put it together, there's going to be an issue possibly with the fact that the wheelchair may not have been put together properly. Whenever we have things that we have to build or we have to make, there's a little bit of a way for them to skirt out of it and kind of skate out of it. Okay, just saying. Case in point, Ashley Furniture. You probably don't want me to tell y'all this, but there are some couches that they've been selling that have issues. Okay. Couches catch on fire. They can with the electrical components. These couches, when they come, they're not put together. You can buy things from Ashley Furniture put together. You can have somebody put it together yourself, right? Or you can have them put it together. No matter who in the hell puts that Ashley Furniture couch together, that shit's going to catch on fire due to nobody messing with the electrical components, because the electrical components are not something that you put together. They're already put together. So on this particular couch, they are running around and they're having service people go out and they are replacing all of these components within the couch that are electrical. They would not do that if they could pass that shit off to the consumer or the person who put the couch together, because they would say, oh, that's not something that's due to us. It's not because of a product. Okay. It's because of the person that put the product together. And that's actually not the way you put it together. So if they put it together right, that won't happen. So that's the first thing that we have to make sure that he's avoiding. So we want to know whether that wheelchair was put together. Also, with a product liability case in cases like this, sometimes it's 2 people to sue, okay? And that's just the truth. Sometimes you're going to sue the maker, which is also called the manufacturer, okay? And there are times that you can sue individuals who caused you to come into contact with that maker. A lot of the times people, they sue the pharmaceutical companies, and then sometimes they sue the doctors. It just depends, okay? But in this particular case, it looks like he has a case against the maker. Had somebody put that chair together wrong for him, he'd have it against the assembler, okay? It would be an assembler. And if it's an assembly issue, it's not a product liability issue because it's not the product. So this is the one thing that they're always trying to knock out. Anybody, anytime you buy something, Okay? I mean, even with the perm cases that we have, okay, where they're saying the perm, yeah, they probably have tried to argue early on that, and I'm pretty sure because, in speaking with the attorney that did them, I mean, he has so many experts, it's ridiculous, okay? And he even has less experts than they have. But he has so many experts, it's ridiculous. And I would argue up to you, the part of the thing that they're going back and forth with is whether or not the permanent is applied in a certain manner, and that causes the cancer, right? Like leaving it on too long, leaving it on longer than the product. So these people are experts are being utilized to show that it doesn't matter whether you leave it on past the time or not, it's still going to cause cancer. Right. So they're trying to get away from the assembler or the hairstylist or the individual that's doing it and put it right back on the maker and manufacturer. Sir, if your wheelchair came put together, they're wrong. And that is a very big issue. Electrical components, 9 times out of 10, which I have told y'all normally most of the time are a maker manufacturer issue. Ovens blow up in people's homes, things of that nature. Those are normally, most of the time, a maker and manufacturer issue. Sometimes it could be an issue with the assembler because the person might have installed it improperly. Okay? But we have to know the difference between the product's liability and assembly. This does look like a product's liability case. Sir, you are injured, which is horrible. The good thing about a person who's already injured or already has a disability and who gets injured is they get paid a lot more because, number one, you find your plaintiff the way you cannot choose your plaintiff, period. So if you find somebody and you hurt them, okay, and it just so happens that when you step on their toe, it causes them to be paralyzed. But if you step on somebody else's toe, it doesn't cause them to be paralyzed. The toenail just falls off. Guess what? You're going to pay for that paralysis. Because it's not their fault that they're the type of person that when you touch them like that, they get paralyzed and the other person just loses a toenail. So you find your plaintiff, that's it. And you're going to deal with however your plaintiff is. This man's already broken up. And one thing about people that are already broken up is they have extensive medical records already. It's really easy to see what the hell you did to them because they've been going to the doctor so much that it's very easy to see the situation and the state that they were in before they came into contact with your product and afterwards. You can see all the damage that was caused. So that's the shitty part about having a client that's disabled for the defense. Attorneys, we love it. It's very easy because the damages are there. The history is there. The medical records are there. So you need to find a lawyer. That's the best that I can tell you. Because at the end of the day, I don't have all of the facts in front of me, but a lawyer would definitely want to look this out because if there is a issue with that electrical system that has happened more than likely, more than once, and to more than just yourself. And the speed up, slow down thing is a common occurrence with electrical objects that move. It is. Okay? I'm just telling you that in product liability world, it happens. Okay? So there's something with the design of that wheelchair. It was probably a new design and it probably was fault in the design. And that's how you're able to catch them. So I would say that although this gentleman may be a veteran, people may count him off as crazy and laugh at what he's saying. He's got a case in my book and it needs to be looked at further. Start go get a lawyer because you might be in the money. And y'all, that's how it works. So when you all are buying things, purchasing things, using things, and you are injured, pay attention. You very well may have a case. I don't care what people say to you, how crazy it may sound. At the end of the day, that's all you can prove. Consumer, product, you were injured and it was because of the product. And then you decide, was it a maker manufacturer or was it an assembly issue? Because if it's an assembly issue, it's not technically a product's liability issue. It's still negligence, but not just on these people. And sometimes you have both. So you'll sue both people. You have a product liability and a negligence issue. Negligence with the assembler and a product liability with the maker manufacturer. And it has happened before. Next case. Go, sir. Go. Run to the bank. Bye.
Biggest time I made that call. I'm locked up and facing charges. Who gon' fight these cases for me? I called Booker Law Firm. They got the job done. They were right there for me.
For more information, contact the Booker Law Firm at 713-292-2225.